Corporal punishment or physical punishment is a punishment intended to cause physical pain to a person. This action is done for the sole purpose of correcting the wrongdoing of a child. The punishment can be in the form of spanking, slapping, pinching, pulling, twisting, and hitting with an object. In my perspective, I find this action to be impractical. We are already living in an era that is technologically advanced, and I believe that we should also change the old ways of discipline. Due to the fact that it damages the physical and mental health of children, which can cause problems in the future. Mental health is a state of well-being in which the individual can work productively and fruitfully. Having a good mental health promotes positivity to maintain good relationship with others, and studies show that the application of corporal punishment would really decrease a person's mental health. Corporal punishment has been linked to the cause of trauma. Trauma is mostly associated with physical pain. That is why most post-traumatic stress come from corporal punishment. This can result to low self-esteem and depression. This can be a big problem when a person is going into adulthood. As we all know, health is wealth. That is why I believe that physically hurting a person to correct them is a very wrong and a very confusing way to teach a young person about right and wrong. Humans are blessed with the ability to communicate in the next level. That is why I think we should capitalize on that. In my perspective, corporal punishment is very ineffective and is only used as a way for people to vent out their anger. Punishment can be done in many different ways, but why does it have to be violence? Children can learn if you teach them, and children will get hurt if you physically punish them. The only thing that children can learn from physical punishment is violence. Children do the things they see as normal. That is why when they are physically punished, it can possibly build a mindset that they can also treat people that way, which can be a very bad mindset for children to be familiarized with. If you are to put a person in a vulnerable position wherein they cannot protect themselves, I believe that you are stripping that person of their rights. You are not only inflicting a painful memory, but also a very shameful one. Humans have the right from cruel, degrading treatment or violence. Rather than physically hurting a person to teach them about what is right or wrong, there are many alternative ways to do that. Violence is never always the answer. If we can only find the compassion in our hearts to let go of the mindset, since negative effects outweigh the positive effects of physical punishment. Timeout is a very good alternative for corporal punishment. This would teach kids how to calm down and rethink their actions. They would realize their mistake on their own, and it will serve as a good opportunity to contemplate on their action on whether it was righteous or not. You can also reward them for doing a good behavior, because even though it seems useless, when a child is praised, they would want more of that praise, and it would also send an indirect message from parents to tell their children what to do and what not to do when they are faced in a similar situation. Logical consequences can also be a good alternative way to discipline them. You don't need to hurt them. You can just give them a consequence for not doing the right thing. For example, if they do not behave, you will not give them any candy, or they will not be allowed to play outside for a while. A family is a place to cultivate happiness and positivity. We should not add a reason for families to have negative thoughts with each other. The parents are the first teacher to the young generations. That is why we should not poison them with negative mindsets which can lead them to do bad things. Let us end the endless cycle of violence that has been in practice for a very long time. We should start changing the old ways and replacing it with a more reasonable and practical way to solve a problem. Remember, violence is never the answer to a problem, but the cause of the problem. To change the future, we should do something in the present. One day, we will also have children, and we should not let them experience what we have experienced. We should not make the same mistakes we did in the past, but change for the future and the children.